Today we're going to be talking about the 4 simple tips that you can make to your LinkedIn profile to get more leads. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Explosion right there. Just got a new awesome video editor. He's doing some cool things. But today we're going over some really cool stuff. We're going to be talking about the 4 simple things that you can do to your LinkedIn profile to optimize it to help you get more leads and have more conversations with your prospects. Okay, so here's a little rundown of what we're going to be going over first, and then we'll go deeper into my computer to talk a little bit more about it. So number 1 is understanding your prospect and the conversations you want to have is what we're going to go into first. And the next thing is talking about your profile aesthetic and your headshot and things like that, and how to do it properly. So we've been using LinkedIn heavy for a long time, and we found it to be one of the biggest drivers for lead generation for B2B. And there's just some things that we have found that I'm going to talk to you about that you would not think about and nobody else is really talking about. Next thing is going to be going over your banner, and then as well we're going to be going over how to update your experience the right way. And then the last thing is your about, and then in the how do we optimize the about section of your profile to be keyword research. And then we're going to go more in depth of why keywords and ranking your profile is super important on LinkedIn. So if you guys are new to who it is that I am, my name is Elliot Drake. I'm a serial entrepreneur, and this channel is all about how to succeed online and just overall how to grow your business from lead generation to funnels to starting a marketing agency. That is what my channel is about. So if you're not subscribed, please hit a thumbs up on this video at the end if you really got value, and then as well click that subscribe button down below and then turn on notifications so you can see whenever I upload. I upload pretty frequently. I have a new video editor now, like Explosion, who's pretty cool. So we're going to be busting out this content and adding as much value as we possibly can. So without further ado, let's jump into number 1, which is understanding your prospect and who it is that you're wanting to have these conversations to. So whenever you're using LinkedIn and the platform, and really any kind of outreach, because LinkedIn is just really a tool to get what you want at the end, which is typically a client or a strategic partnership that is going to result in some type of growth in your business. And so the very first step before you ever go in to optimize your profile is understand who this prospect is. What is their language? You know, do they have specific biases that you need to use as ammunition to then shift your strategy with your profile? So, perfect example, right? Say that your profile and these are 2 different people. We have a 50-year-old attorney, right? That say that's your prospect because you want to run ads for them. You have some type of offer for a 50-year-old attorney, right? That 50-year-old attorney is going to have more than likely way more biases and things that they have different language, different ways of going about things versus, say, an e-commerce CEO that's a millennial that lives in San Francisco, right? Completely different languages, and you want to optimize your profile based on who it is you're wanting to target. So if I was going after a 50-year-old attorney, you know, I definitely need to have a very professional profile picture. You know, if I have an education, I've gone to college or something like that, I know that a lot of people in the market have switched away and not, you know, as focused as much on the education side. But, you know, an older generation attorney who's very professional, they would value something like that, right? They're going to value grammar and due diligence and overall professionalism, right? And so your profile needs to reflect everything about who your target prospect is. So if you aren't clear on who it is you're trying to go after, I recommend number one is whenever you're going after lead generation on LinkedIn, what you need to do is spend a lot of time and understand and audit your profile and do the things that we're about to go into, based on who you're actually going after, and then focus on that specific person. It's more about how can we be super relevant to a smaller group of people, so then you'll get better results if you focus on like one or two prospects that speak very similar language, because the way that you optimize a profile is based around that. So now let's just go ahead and let's move into point number 2, which is your headshot and how to make it pop out and just make you stand out on your profile compared to your competition. So let's jump right over into my computer screen. All right, what's going on, guys? So I'm just gonna pull up my LinkedIn here, and I'm just going to teach from example. So basically, like right now, my profile is very optimized to people who are coaches and consultants or digital marketers that are looking for lead generation strategies for LinkedIn, right? That's the niche that I'm going after right now, because as you guys know, we're going super deep into LinkedIn, especially with our new tool that we've created and all the results that it's getting for our clients. That is my main focus. And so let's go into point number 1 on that topic is our profile, right? So when we understand our prospect, we need to understand, what kind of profile picture to have here. By default, LinkedIn is a professional platform. So you need to have a picture that's professional, but how can it stand out and be different? So this is really interesting, and I'm testing this one right now. But previously, I had a picture. Let me just go ahead and find it. But as you guys know, with a lot of you maybe know with Connected, we're able to actually track results and optimize our LinkedIn. We can actually look at the analytics in our dashboard. And so I had this same picture right here, right? I had this picture, but it had the normal background. It didn't have this cutout. I didn't use this one, but it was this picture on my about. And then all that I did was I cut myself out right here and put a maroon background, and my acceptance rate, so from the amount of connections I sent out to accepted, went from a 30% to a 55% conversion rate, right? Like opt-in rate, acceptance rate, however you want to put it. Why is that, right? With one little change in the background. I was going after a different demographic than I'm going after now. Keep that in mind. I was going after more of the older generation. But why is that? It's because it pops, it stands out, it's different than what other people are using, right? Like, look right over here. Like, you see Tim's, not hating or anything like that, but it's a very bland profile, right? This one, very bland. This one right here, very bland. Tanner's right here, that looks pretty good. It pops. He's speaking, right? What this does is we just want to be able to catch attention from people, right? Whenever I go here, and right here, Wesley, his looks great, right? Peter doesn't pop out. But one piece of advice that I would give, and what I'm getting to, is have a professional profile picture, but then cut it out. Because all I did was I cut it out, and I took this background that's right here and added a little flair, a little flavor to it with some color that makes me stand out, and I actually saw the results from it. I can even show you. If we go into the Connected, I'm in my test account, but I'll be able to still show you the results. So previously, and here you're not going to be able to see the previous, but it was 30%. So if I go to July, this was the month that it completely changed just with that maroon pop out. Everything was the same. All I did was different. You'll see here that I sent 644 like LinkedIn requests out. So requests for them to accept me. And then out of those, I had a 386, right? So we'll just say it's about 50% conversion rate there, a little bit higher, right? that used to be 30% before I did that, right? And that's really cool. This is why Connected's awesome, is because we're able to track that. So I recommend, number one is for you guys to take a headshot, cut out your face, and then put a different color, a little flare on the background, depending on your audience, and it's going to really help you, right? So the reason I mentioned, let me keep this straight, is that if you have an attorney or something like that, an older kind of demographic, that might not be relevant. You might just want you in a suit looking really great as your profile picture. But across the board, that profile picture needs to be professional, clean. So now let's move on to the next thing, which is our banner, right? These might sound simple, but there's actually a lot of psychology and a lot of actual testing that has been done here. So you can notice my background, and obviously a lot of you aren't going to have pictures of you speaking and things that have authority, right? But I want you to keep this in mind and find ways that you can still leverage this, whether it's pictures with, authoritative people that someone knows inside, the people in your niche or target customers know. The main point that I want to make here with the banner is, how can we establish authority, right, on our banner while also showcasing what it is that we're offering and what we do, right? And you can see here I have a little picture of me speaking, and then right here it shows the crowd, and then I have a subtle slash that adds a little flair, a little bit of color, that says LinkedIn lead generation, because we do multiple things, but right now, I use LinkedIn for leads, right? That's how we grow our business. And so you want to brand everything around that specific thing. You want it to be very clear what it is you do. And so I show very clear authority here. I put Channel 13 and Forbes logos to showcase that I've been on the news, and also I've been featured in a Forbes article, right? So that's the main thing here. And then where should you go to create this? You can either have a freelancer create it on Fiverr, but I don't think you really need to do that. I created that one myself in Canva. So if you go to canva.com, it's free, and you can just type in LinkedIn banner, right? And then it'll give you the dimensions and you can customize it. But you can see right here, I just made this, right? We just made this inside of my Canva. So it's super easy and simple. And then one last thing that I want to go over as well is, how do we do the cutout of my face? So if I open Photoshop here, I'll just do a short example. It's super easy if you have Photoshop, or you can also just have Fiverr, create one for you. But I'll just use this. This one's already been cut out, but I'll just show you an example. Is you have a raw picture, and then you want to go up here to this little icon, right? This little pencil tool, and now you just want to trace it. So I would just go around my head or whatever object, right? You just want to trace it. Sometimes it can take some time, but the goal is, I'm just going to cut this to make this sake of the example. Say I went all the way around my body. I want to connect back to the first point, right? I want it to all connect. So when I connect it, you'll see the little line that went around. I'm on Mac, so I would just do Command J, and it creates a new layer here. So if I remove the background, you'll see the layer that I cut out, and then it's right there. So whenever you cut out your body of the original photo, what you're able to do is still keep the background, but then have your headshot over it, and then you can change the background color to make it pop out. You see what I mean? So that's how you do those headshots and everything there. So the next thing that I'm going to be talking about and I want to dive into is our LinkedIn About section. And then I want to talk about some keywords. So actually, let's talk about first our headline here, right? We want to use our I help blank by blank statement, right? So you can see here, founder, landclients.com. I'm very clear, I'm a founder of this company, Authority, and then I help people start and scale their business by leveraging digital marketing automation. Very clear what it is I do, and then LinkedIn lead generation up here complements, so it shows that I do LinkedIn lead generation. And then let's go to my about section here, and this is where it gets a little bit more in depth, right? So you guys can go and check out my LinkedIn, but your about section is so important, not only from the standpoint of a prospect who is considering accepting you as a friend, but from the standpoint of, is it, keyword research. So LinkedIn is very keywordy. So I would just go, for the sake of this video, I'm not going to read through here. You can just go and read this. But, I state exactly what I do. I state authority, right? I state my mission and my why and my purpose, adding emotion. I have the privilege to travel around the world, speak on international stages, and work with some of the biggest brands in the world. I talk about my companies and what those companies do, right? I put connected first because that's the lead generation part there. And I put, what's our main focus? LinkedIn lead generation. I introduce the idea of it, right? And I say, if you're a business owner, I doubt you want to shift your page to potential leads, yada, yada, yada. And then I put, we specialize, bam, bam, bam. Right here, this is ranking for keywords, right? And so if you want us to handle lead generation, we could do that. And then also I put right here a link to a free masterclass, which is a funnel. So I'm collecting leads on here as well, right? You can see this funnel on the screen, which works really, really well. So you get that. So do your due diligence, make this look really good, following your I help blank by blank statement. And then as well, make sure that you add all the relevant experience, like, your companies, where you've worked, your education if you have it, and then your skills and endorsements. These are so important, right? This gives you like your clout, quote unquote, right? Explosion. Sorry, I just like doing these little explosions now that I can do it with my video editor. And add all your relevant experience, and you want to get these high as you possibly can. So the way do you do that? Go and ask your immediate inner circle if they can help you, and go and endorse these skills. They're going to make your profile rank higher as well. It's going to improve the amount of people who accept you. And then also, it's just the act of reciprocity is, go and give other people, recommendations, and they're going to recommend you back. It's pretty simple, right? These are so powerful. Ask for those. The way to do that is just give lots of them. All right, so the last point that I'm going to go into, and this is really going to help with your lead generation. This is a little bit different from profile optimization, but it aligns with what we're talking about here. And that is, like, your profile is ranking here for keywords, right? So you can use this as well when you're searching for your prospects. If I type in, luxury real estate agent Tampa, right? I didn't even have to, and then I go to people, I didn't even have to go here to filters and like segment it. And a lot of times, like, I can still go here and make this a little better. So we'll do second connections, right? And you'll see that I have 1,900 people here. So this lady right here, her title doesn't even say luxury. Where is LinkedIn finding this? Somewhere on her profile, those keywords are making her rank to where if you were, say, a digital marketer, and if someone typed in real estate digital marketing consultant, right? And we do that, boom, we have 14,000 people here that are ranking as a real estate digital marketing consultant, where what if you ranked right there highest, right? Like, what if you were the one who ranked here? Imagine, how you could probably get some leads from that. So yeah, and that's going to be all for this quick video, guys. I just wanted to share some quick tips on optimizing your LinkedIn. I really hope this helps. So this has been Elliot Drake. Thank you guys so much. Please comment down below what other videos you would like to see regarding LinkedIn or funnels or digital marketing or sales or just business structure and organization. Whatever you guys are struggling with, I'm here to help. Make sure to like this video if you got value, and then as well, click that subscribe button down below. Hit that notification bell so you can see whenever I upload, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.